Sampled value functions in Systemverilog. There are few built-in functions or system functions in Systemverilog which are very useful in writing assertions for immediate and concurrent type of assertions. These are the sampled value functions in Systemverilog, which are $sampled, $rows, $file, $stable, $changed, and $passed. So as all of them are system functions, you have to use the dollar symbol initially with all these function names, and you will learn these functions one by one. The first function is $sampled. So it will give you the sampled value of its argument, and for this particular function you don't need to specify any clocking signal. With all other functions other than the sampled functions in the list, you have to specify a clock and all of them operate based on a clock. But for sampled $sampled function, you don't need to specify any clocking block for this sampled function. The $sampled function will return the sampled value of the argument in the current time region. Remember that from the previous diagram, where I have learned the Systemverilog regions. The sampled value is the value that is getting from the preponed region of the current time region. So if some case you wanted to process the sampled value of the signal, you could use this $sampled functions. As you already know, all the concurrent assertions will by default make use of sampled values, and there is no point in using $sampled functions in writing a property for concurrent assertion. But if in case you wanted to print some debug messages and all, you could use the $sampled function. So in the property, in the assertion named A1, the property is written like A equal to B, and also you are added a information statement just saying the failing values of these assertions are like A is equal to %d and B is equal to %d. Now imagine a case where this assertion is failing, both A and B were different. Say A is equal to 0 and B is equal to 1. But in the same time region, any of the active region statement was updating B to 0. But as you know, the assertion is executing based on the value from the sampled region. So even though the assertion is failing like A is not equal to B, because the sampled region of sampled value of A and B were 0 and 1, the statement will print like failing values are A is equal to 0 and B is equal to 0 if the variable B was getting updated in the active region of the current region. So, but if you are using the $sampled function here, it will simply return the sampled value of these variables, and you will not get a false error message. So this is one use case, and other use case in concurrent assertion is using in the disable if and only if part of the concurrent assertion. Also, you could use this $sampled function in immediate assertions, as immediate assertions are not operating on the sampled value of the signals.